Thank you very much. I just want to clear one thing up right off the bat. I do realize that I'm tall. I get... Here you go, Juan. Where you at? The comic before me, Juan Gray, wasn't he? How about a big hand for Juan? They put us back to back, me being really tall and him really short. I just want to tell him, honey, there's a lot of girls that don't mind your being short. As long as you come up to my waist, that's tall enough, right, ladies? Right? I'm going to get me a T-shirt that says, you must be this tall to ride this ride. But I swear to God, I'm going to scream if I hear one more person ask me if I play basketball. No, sir. Do you play miniature golf? I mean, I saw the little putter and I just assumed. I'm just kidding. It's not that noticeable. I'm just joking. Sometimes it's tough finding guys today. Guys are intimidated by taller women. I don't know why that is. Sometimes I wish I could go back to grade school. Do you ever do that? Do you ever reminisce and wish you could go back to your childhood? I wish I could go back to the 4th grade in Catholic school because I wasn't quite this tall and at least the priests wanted to have sex with me, So... I don't really mind. I kind of like being tall. I just had one lady apologize to me for my being tall. I walked out of a grocery store. I swear this really happened. And she's coming in, and she stopped dead in her tracks in the parking lot. She went, she stopped breathing, and she said, I'm sorry. And I pulled out my phone. I said, it's okay, honey. You want me to dial 911? She says, no, what are you, 7 feet tall? I said, no, I'm 8 feet tall. My Adam's apple alone is a foot tall. She's flopping on the ground. I mean, it was just horrible. But I'm originally from Orlando, Florida. Okay. And moved out here recently to Los Angeles. I knew the cost of living was going to be higher out here, but it didn't hit me how bad it really was until I stayed at the Motel 6. And they couldn't afford to leave the light on for me. See, that's funny because that's their jingle. Yeah. We'll leave the light on for you. I wanted to go to Eucharist. I wanted to go to Mass, and I went to the Catholic diocese down the street. They have a 2-drink minimum now. When a 2-drink minimum? You guys seen any celebrities yet? You guys meet anybody famous? I met my first celebrity last week. I met the Geico Lizard in person. We were both hanging out at a very popular sushi bar down in Koreatown, and he gave me the real scoop. He said, let me just tell you something, Connie. Nobody gives a damn how much you save on auto insurance out here. Not even living in Koreatown. It doesn't matter, But one other thing that I noticed about Californians when I moved out here is they don't do anything without their cell phones, do they? Right? How many of you have been checking your cell phones since I've been up here for messages and stuff? People don't do anything without their cell phones. They can't eat. They can't drive. They can't rob a bank. Remember the cell phone bank robber? This lady's robbing a bank talking on the cell phone. How disrespectful is that? I mean, how would the bank robber feel if the teller wouldn't get off of her cell phone? Speaking of bank robbers, with the high cost of living here in California, even with rude bank robbers aside, most of them are pretty impressive nowadays. They're pretty courteous, aren't they, by and large? I mean, I'm serious. I'm impressed with bank robbers. They've come a long way from their violent Bonnie and Clyde roots, haven't they? And I'm considering a second job at the high cost of living, so I'm seriously considering, I think I could do this job very well. I'm a Dodgers fan. They're usually Dodgers fans with a Dodgers cap, right? They wait in line. If anybody had a license to cut to the front of the line, it would be the bank robber. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Who do you think you are? I'm a bank robber. Well, why didn't you say so? Go right ahead. Say so. But no, they stand in line with us, don't they? They stand in line shaking their heads, too, at the fact that there's 15 windows open and only 2 tellers. This is ridiculous. If we ever do get to the front of the line, I think I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. And then when they do get up to the teller, they don't wave a gun in her face anymore, do they? What do they use? They use a note. Right? See, to me, I want to analyze this because this is the key to whether you're a good bank robber or a bad bank robber. It's all in the note. So let's analyze this for a second, starting with the greeting. Could you get by with hi there? Hi there in your bank robbery note? I don't think so. I think it should be more formal, don't you? Probably dear teller. Dear teller. How about how long the note is? Isn't that important? I'm thinking 2, maybe 3 paragraphs. But they say with a business letter, anything more than that, and they don't read it. You know, I just wouldn't want that to happen. And what about the signature line? Could you get by with very truly yours? Sounds a little cheesy for a robbery note, don't you think? I'm thinking sincerely because you'd want to convey to the teller that your robbery note is sincere, right? Probably sincerely Connie. Better not to use a last name, I think, right? And last but not least, I would assume the bank would prefer the robbery note to be written on one of their withdrawal slips, right? Right? Because that's what I'd do. I'd hate to wait in line all that time just to finally get up to the teller and hand her the robbery note only to have her hand it back to me with a withdrawal slip. You'd feel like such a schmuck, you know? You'd have to turn to the people behind you. I'm really sorry. I should have already done this. This will only take a second. Is today the 18th? My ID? No, I'm sorry. I don't have my ID. Is that a problem? Thank you very much. That's my time. And now I'm supposed to tell you a joke. A friend of mine was severely constipated recently and had to go to see... She had to go see the proctologist. And in the state that she was in, stressed as she was to go see the proctologist, she asked me to come along for moral support. So I'm sitting in the waiting room with her, and the doctor comes out. He comes out to call her name, and he has a suppository behind his ear. All right, can you just picture this? So we're just freaked out, totally freaked out, and I said to the doctor, "Doctor, do you know that you have a suppository behind your ear?" And he said, "Damn it, now I remember where I left my pencil." Thank you very much.